Hello guys, welcome back. So last video we have created that was for reading the data from the JSON server using Axios in React.js. The hope you have seen the first part video. There we have learned how to set up a JSON server, and after that how to create how to store some dummy data in that hardcode content, and after that how to read the data in React using Axios library. There we have follow the get method. Axios.get we have printed the data, and it was like this book I have made based on book like name, price, quantity. I have stored, I have fetch, I have displayed you, and hope you have gone through that video and you have practice as well. In this series, we are learning many things from the React. So we are onto this summer, it's a 25th videos, and in that you are learning getting the data from the JSON server using Axios in class component. Now next we are going to see today video how to post the data. Like get we have seen, now we are going to see the post. How to post the data. So I'll go here, and you can see I have created a form for you just to give the demo what we are going to do in that. I've written Axios post using JSON server. This page is going to ask the enter the book details. Once I'll enter the book details, this will post and it will go to the JSON server. JSON server will store in the JSON file, and from there again this page, when I go, this page will read and it will display you. So first we are going to learn how to post. Okay. So I'll give you the demo. Before starting the demo again, if you are new to the channel, still in case if you have not subscribed, then request you can subscribe it. It will be helpful for you. CRM Software Academy, right? Let's go ahead next. So first I'll give the demo. Look at here. I am listing the data here. Now I'm going to post some data. Okay. So suppose I'll give the book name, call React itself. Their price assume like 1,000 rupees, and quantity is 2. Let me save here. It is saying React book saved successfully. I'll go to the this get API URL. See here, I'm getting the React details. React name I have given, 1,000 rupees price I have given, quantity I have given 2. It is coming here. Let me go and post one more book like MySQL. Then suppose price I'll give 500 rupees, and quantity suppose I'll give 4. Let me keep on save here. You can see it is saying MySQL book saved successfully, and it will go to my list page. Look at here, it's came here. So hope you understood the flow. What is going to happen? One place we are saving the data, another place we are listing the data, and indirectly this data is going to the JSON server with the help of API called Axios, and again with the help of Axios itself we are reading it. So get is helping you to read the data, and here with the help of post I am posting the data. Now I'll show you the JSON server file how it is, and then you can try. We can go ahead next. So I'll go here and I'll show you my JSON server file. I have a folder here called JSON server. Inside I have book API. I have a file book data.json. I'll open this file. I'll show you. See here, just now we have added a React, we have added MySQL, both has added here. So this is a file system. Under the file system, your data is storing in the form of JSON. I'll close this file again. Now, let me come back to the how we are doing and how to complete this entire assignment what we have in front of us. Then you will ask, I don't know JSON server. I'll suggest you just in the same channel, CRM Software Academy, there is another video that is under the how to set up a JSON server. You can go through that, set up that, and see the first video of this series that is called uh, uh, get Axios data from the JSON server. First video you can see, and then you can come back to the second video, then we'll learn how to post. Okay, so let me go ahead. I'll continue with the code next. Okay, so this is my JSON server. I will stop it as of now. I'll stop it and I'll start in front of you. Let me go here. This is my JSON server. I'll open the CMD here. CMD is opened. Now inside that I will be starting my JSON server. So I'll write here JSON hyphen server space minus minus watch space which file you want to start. So I have a file called book data.json, and then on which port number you want to start. So you have to write for that minus minus port and then port number, minus minus port and port number you have to write. Okay, so I'll write here port number 3002. So I have written JSON hyphen server space minus minus watch file name space port number. Let me enter. Okay, so it's saying your server is started. You can access your data on this particular port number. So that is already I'm running here as you saw the demo here. The data was here, data is coming again. Okay, now let me go to the my file new book. I have created a component. I will delete all the code here, everything A to Z. I'll delete here. Okay, everything is deleted, and then this is my component called new book, and this component I have imported under my app.js file. I have added under the routing. So I hope you have already idea on the routing. You will be able to create a file, and you will be able to add in your routing, and you can use this. In case if you have any problem, you can watch my multiple videos I have there for the routing. You can have a look into that. Okay, let's go ahead with this example. Like scenario is in front of us, we are able to read the data, we are going to write the data now. Okay, through interface. Since the class component, so it will be based on class. Okay, now I will be increasing the font size so it will be clearly visible for you. Okay, okay, so let me go here and I will be importing here called react and then component. Well, from where? From React. After that, coming down, I will be importing that Axios as well. In case if you have not installed the Axios, you can install. I have given the guide under my previous video. That is the part number 1. Now, let me go here, import Axios from Axios. Next, I'll write a class name. I'll give here, I'll guide you. I have given my class name usually new book. Okay, so that I have already added in the routing. So new book is my class name. After that, it has to be extends from component. So this is done till here. Extends, sorry, it should be extends only component. Now below I'll do export part as well. Export default and then new book. Right? So hope you understood what we are doing. We created a component and we exported the component so that we can import it. Now I'll go inside constructor, I'll follow, and since it's a class component, so super you have to call, and to maintain the variables and everything, we have to maintain the state as well. So I created the state. Okay, now let me come back to the render part. Inside the render, I will be writing here, okay, a division just as a parent JSX element, and inside I'll write call h1 saying like react plus Axios plus JSON server plus post data example. So hope this line is much meaningful. Using in React, using Axios library, we are going to post the data to where? JSON server using post API. Post API, I think right here. Post API example. Okay. Now I'll come back to my browser and I'll go here. You can see entire content got changed, right? Some CSS I have written for H1, because of that it's coming in the blue color. Okay. Now let me design the interface. So I'll go here and I'll create a simple table. In case if you are following the bootstrap, no problem. You can use the bootstrap related all the syntax and everything. Here the matter is of like you can say logic, how to implement it. UI you can design any. Okay. So I have created one ID in my CSS file. That ID is new emp. I have used many places, so I will be using the same, just it will change little look and feel. T head I'll follow here. Since in the React and Angular, while following the table you have to follow the T head and T bodies. I'll follow only T head directly. Then meanwhile here I'll follow the cell padding also, so that it will be little spacious inside. Between cells there will be a space. Now I'll follow the TR and I'll keep here call the book name, and I will be creating here a TD that will be input type equal to text, and I have created a class in my CSS file that is called input box. Just I have created a class called input box in my index or CSS file. You can write your own class according to your need. You can design it. That design is not big matter. You can design as per need. So this is ready. It says some error. Okay, no error. It was compiling. Let me show you the UI again. What is got ready? This is it got ready. Awesome. So book name, it is asking. Right. Okay. Let me come back again, and I will create one more TR here for you to enter the book price. Okay, I'll enter one more here called book quantity. Fine. Now this both I can give as a number is our string, that is next matter. So let's first design the UI. So book name, book price, book quantity, three things is ready. You can see here book name, book price, book quantity is ready. Now I need a button. So for that I'll write again tr, and I will be following here th with call span 2. Why I follow th? Because th will print in center. I will not writing any kind of align property. If I'll write the td, I have to write align property also. Now in between I'll create a button called save book. Okay, so button is ready and user interface is ready. Let me show you how it look. It look like this, correct? Exactly. After this, we are going to fill the data here and click on save button. This data will go to the JSON. From JSON, it will come to the book list here. Okay. So let me come back here. In this page again, now we need to go to the script part to create the variable and other stuff. So I'll go here. First, I'll create a variable called name that will capture the name of the book. Next will be price, that will capture the price of the book. Next will be QTY, that will capture the quantity of the book. And meanwhile, one variable called message where I'll write by default enter book details. Okay, enter the book details. Now three variable I created. I'll come back below, and after this h1 I will print that variable in a paragraph simple, that is called this dot state dot message variable. I printed here, right? So you saw what it will print by default. It will print by default enter book details. Let me show you how it is going to reflect. Awesome, it is coming in the left hand side. I need to put align center, no problem. I'll write for paragraph align center. Okay, so it will come now in center. Look at here, it's coming now in the center saying like enter book details. Okay, now next we need three function to pick the value of these text boxes. Simplest method I am following for you. It should not be difficult. Okay, so let me write a function saying like process name equal to, as I have explained the previous video, why we are following the object. Object is going to point to a particular element to pick the value and pass to a state. So this dot set a state inside our variable is name, and we want to pick the value from the text box. So I'll go here and write here call object dot target dot value, object dot target dot value. So it will pick the value of the text box and it will give to whom? Name. Same way, three more function you need. So I'll do here like this: process name, process, price, and then value should go to the price variable. Look at here, we have a variable called price under the state. There we are passing the value. Come down, write one more function saying like this, call process QTY, quantity. That will go to the QTY variable. So you saw here, I created three function I created, three variable we created. I will be giving the solution of how to handle the multiple input data using single variable, single function. That is also, but it will be under the incoming videos. Directly, everything in one video will become complex. So I have split it in multiple videos. One by one, you can go ahead. You will get complete idea. Okay. Now the next task is to call this function for the text boxes. Okay. Let's go ahead and write a function here for the save also. Save equal to fat arrow method I'll follow. I'll keep a alert here simple. This dot state dot name. Simple. Name in the sense book name. That state variable we have created here, that I'm calling. Okay. Now come down, and this is your text box. This is your first text box, right? For this, you need to call that on change equal to this dot process name. Okay, now once we start typing here, the name of the value of the text box will pass to this process name, and from process name it will go to the state variable, that is called name. Same way you are going to do for remaining others also. That is your here on change On change equal to, you can call here this dot process. Another function we have, process price, that will take care of taking the price field and pass to the variable, state variable. Come down below, we have next call, process qty. On change, on change, you will call here this dot process qty. That is the final one. And finally, on click, on click, we need to call the function called save. That is called this dot save function. That's all. So see, understand the flow first. What we did, we created the different function. Three function we created to pick the individual value of the individual text box and pass to the state variable. And finally, on button click, we are calling the save function. Look at the top. These three variables are here. Sorry, there is three functions are there that is going to pick the value of each field, okay, and pass to the state variable. Now the time is to test. Let me go here. This is the page saying ARRT is not defined somewhere. Let me see line number 28. It says, of course, alert. Spelling was wrong. It came here. I'll enter here any name. Suppose Java. Here I'll enter the name something and here something. Now click on save. See, I can see the alert called name of Java. Correct. Here see, I'm able to see the alert. That meaning while typing, our value is able to pass to the React. It's gone to the state variable. It has reached here. Okay. Now the final status is what? Create a JSON and post to the JSON server. Let's have a look once what we did in this entire process. First, we created the component, we created the variables, state variable. After that, we created three functions. Each function will take care of one input field and pass to the state variable. Then one save function also we have. Coming down, we printed the message here first, and then we created a form, basic form, where on change we are calling individual function for individual input field. For what purpose? So that it should be able to pick the value and pass to the state variable. Now coming down, we wrote a function called save on click. So when the user will click on the button, save button after filling the form, okay? Once he will fill the form, the data will go to the state variable. And now from a state variable, we are going to capture and we are going to send to the JSON server. Let's go here. I need to create a variable here called new book. New book equal to, question is what to post to the JSON server. Nothing to worry. Come, I'll guide you. You need to go to your JSON file where you are reading the data. So this is my JSON file. I went here and I will copy one array from here. See, I'm posting to the book. I'll copy any one array. So suppose I take in one array, the first book. Okay. Hope you are understanding this. We are going to add one more element here. So the new element also should be in this format only. So to avoid the mistakes, I copied one array from here and I will add here. See, I added here. There is no confusion in this. There is no spelling mistakes at all. Now see, this is my new array. This is my new array. In that, ID is auto-generated. No need to pass the ID. Leave the ID. How many field we have now? We have three field. Look at here. In a state, name, price, quantity is there. Exactly same value variable you call here. That is called, if you pass this means your page will be static, but we are making it a dynamic. So I'll remove this. I'll remove this. And after that, this dot state dot that name variable. Okay. This name is the object of your JSON file. Price is again JSON. In double quote, what we have is called key of your JSON. And right side, what we are writing is a variable of your state. Look at here. Now next we have this dot state dot price. Okay, this is right side is a variable, state of the variable. Left side is the key that is available in your JSON file. Now here quantity will come. So this dot state dot qty. Correct? You saw we created a JSON simply. We taken this copy from there and added our own state variable. Become simple. There will not be any error. Now let me go here. Okay. Now what we need to do, this new book information should come, whichever the new book details will enter, that will store under the new book, and with the help of Axios, it will come to this book list and it will get added here. Okay, it will get added here. Now let me go here and at this place. Next matter is to write the API. So where you are going to post the data. Okay, you are going to post the data to this URL. Here, look at here. JSON server is running and it is saying your book is listening at localhost colon 3002 and slash book. So if you are getting the data, get from here only. If you are posting the data, post here only. So what is that URL? I'll show you here. Your local host is listening on 3002 slash book. You will see book list will come here, right? See 3 books is coming and same book list is coming in our project also here. Same book list is coming here in the project also. We are going to post the new book details to this URL. So let's copy this URL. Okay. And I'll write here a variable URL equal to this one. Okay. Keep in double quote, right? So we kept in double quote. Okay. Now after that, I can add a slash in the last. You can not add also, no problem. Now come down below, right here, axios.post. Axios.post. URL you have to mention first, and then new book you need to mention. Okay, so new book is nothing but your array that you are going to post to this URL. Now you have to call after that promise function, then and a response. Here response is not going to play the major role because it is just JSON server. JSON server. Now look, at this point what I will do, I will call the state. I'll write here this dot set state, and inside the set state I have a message variable. To the message variable we will be posting like this one, because we need to display the message also. So I'll write here this dot book dot name plus save successfully. Save successfully. So what do you mean by this line? This line is saying, like, suppose if you are saving the Java, it will come Java save successfully. If you are saving Python, it will say Python save successfully. Okay. So that's all. This API is ready and it is ready to post your data. Okay. See here, I created an array and this key is nothing but your JSON field. Inside the JSON, whichever the key you have mentioned, that you need to write here. Okay. And right side is a state variable name, and this is the API where you are going to post the data. And axios.post, first is the URL, second is your JSON data, and after that response will come. Response we are not capturing, we are keeping here directly hardcode message saying like book details saved successfully. Now let's go ahead and we will test it. Okay, let's come to the browser URL. This is our page. I will go here in this file. I have already added some books. I will delete from here some books. See, I deleted some data. I have only one now. Now I'll close this file. Let me come to my server. I should see only one book. Only one book is coming Java. Right? Let me go and post next. Call HTML5 book price 400, book quantity is a 5. Let me save. Say it says HTML5 save successfully. Correct. This text field we have to clear still, that we are going to work on that. Let me write here HTML4 and price is nearly 300 and quantity is 2 and click on save. You can see here it is saying book 4 saved successfully. Now let me verify to my list page whether it is coming or not. Perfectly, you can see here HTML4, HTML5 both are coming, right? Both are coming. Just for the confirmation purpose, I will go to the data packet data book data.json file and I'll open here. Of course, you can see here book details has come. HTML4, HTML5 has written here. It is happening by the JSON server. It's and data is being posted by Axios. Let me close this file. Okay. Now I'll come back to my list page again, and we need to clear the text box. After saving the data, it should clear. Like look at here. Okay, I'll write here call CSS, uh, CSS, and then 300 rupees, and then quantity is 7. Click save. It is saying CSS saved successfully, but this text box value should get clear. Then it will be more interactive. So let's go to the text box. So hope you have seen this flow. What is happening now? Okay. Now I will reduce little font size. Okay. So font size will get reduced little. Okay. See the flow. These all are the variable. These all are the functions. And after that, this is your save function that is posting the data. Correct. After that, we need to clear the text box. So for that, remember, we have a state variable that is called name. I'll clear it. Name colon empty. We have a variable called price colon empty. We have a variable called qty colon empty. Correct. So you saw here inside the state where we were generating the message, there only I set the value with the empty. Now come down below. This is the text box, right? And for this we can write here directly value equal to this dot state dot name. Now name is already empty here. So what will happen? Here also empty will come. Good. Let's come down right here. Value equal to this dot state dot what is price. Now look at here. In the beginning, you have made the price as empty. So here what will come? Empty will come. Same thing you can do for the third also. Value equal to this dot state dot qty. Now save it. Qty. So you can look at the top. See here, qty is empty. So what will come there? Empty will come. So question is how to clear the text box? Nothing. Simple. Go here, set your variable with the empty. Once the response will come, set the variable empty, and that variable call here as a value, as a value, as a value. Okay. Now, so entire process we have finished. I will test you finally and I'll show you. Let me go here, add here call Java script. Okay, price is 400 and quantity is 6. Save. It is saying JavaScript save successfully. Text box become clear. Go to the listing page. You will see JavaScript on the top itself. Okay, let's come back again and write one more book called Angular 11 and keep here book price 1300 and quantity only 1. Save now. It will show you Angular 11 save successfully. Go here to the list. Angular 11 has come here, right? So now this is the overall you have seen. I'll explain you the flow again. In the save file, what we did. Number 1, import the Axios and this one, your component class. Then create a class, give any name as per your wish. Constructor is required. Inside the constructor, you need to have super plus, name, price, quantity, 3 variable, 1 message variable. By default, I'm displaying inside the page. You need to have 3 function. Each function is going to pick the value of individual text box and store under the state variable, name, price, and quantity. Okay. Now come down again. I have a function called save. It is collecting all the data from the state, name, price, quantity, and creating a JSON. The key of the JSON should be same as your JSON data file inside whichever you have follow, right? After that, next you should have a URL where you are going to post the data. Finally, Axios have a method called post. It's need two parameter where you are posting that URL, and second the data in the form of JSON. And finally, after posting, you need to call the promise function then. And since it is the local server JSON, so response will not come. So what we will do is, we have written the hardcode response saying like book saves. Here we are doing the set state. We are displaying this dot state dot name. That meaning whichever the book you are saving, their name will come as a Java save successfully. And finally, everything was happening. So to clear the text box, I wrote this three line. Okay, and the three functions what we are writing on the top. Look at here. This is the design where on change is equal to function we are calling, and value equal to this dot state dot name to clear the text box. Same thing we did for the second row also, third row also, and finally on button click we are calling the save function, right? This is the entire overall process of the code, and here is your output. Finally, I'll keep my name here, Siaram, okay, and I'll write here price as a nothing brothers, and finally the quantity also is a nothing brothers. And let me save here, and it says CRM saved successfully. Let me go to the page. CRM is coming on the top with the 00 price and everything. Now finally at last, I'll give you idea how the last element is coming on the top. Okay, so I'll go to the my CRUD page, that is the listing page. Inside the listing page, you know JavaScript reverse function. I have written here just this dot state dot book list dot reverse dot map. So my array is the book list, it will get reverse and then it will print. Because of that, I am printing the last element on the top, last item on the top, and old item in the bottom, right? So hope you enjoy the video, and I will suggest you should also create a file and do the practice like this, saving and listing. Again, question is how to do that. So you should not simply watch and leave it. Watch and implement in the system. Okay, then only it will be helpful for you. Okay, and again, I will be creating the next video for delete and edit also using the class component. So don't forget to watch that as well. Right, and again, in case still if you have not subscribed the channel, Sriram Software Academy, you can subscribe. And again, thanks for watching, and let's have a look into, let's see in the next video. Okay, bye bye.